For the people that are confused how households making 100K or more are saying they're paycheck to paycheck while you're making significantly less and also paycheck to paycheck, I have an answer for you, and it's that those higher income families are not living paycheck to paycheck. And this, of course, only really applies if that family was living within their means to begin with. But as a six-figure household, we're not paycheck to paycheck in the sense that a family of a lower income is paycheck to paycheck. If we had to cut back on our spending and our more fun expenses, yes. Are we putting as much to savings as we used to? No, but that does not mean that we're paycheck to paycheck. Even now, we have more places in our budget that we could cut back if we needed to because we have the extra money for fun things. Whereas a lower income family is living paycheck to paycheck just on necessities. Higher income families might in their eyes be living paycheck to paycheck, but they're living paycheck to paycheck on necessities and their fun things. Point being, if you still have money to go do fun things or to put money to your savings, you, in my eyes at least, are not living paycheck to paycheck. And I feel like it does a disservice to lower income families to act like you are.
Well, we just had to move the last $100 out of our savings account because our cell phone bill came out a little early. Anybody else in this boat? This living paycheck to paycheck life it's not it. It's just not it. I'm at the point where I'm either just going to rob a bank or start selling pictures of my body. I mean, there has to be a niche of people who like mom bods, right? I could really use one of those $200,000 months like some of these other creators get. I'm willing to put in the work. Okay, thanks, bye.
A lot of people don't talk about living paycheck to paycheck until they're out of it. But I want to be completely real with you. As a professional, a working professional, I am in the middle of it and I live paycheck to paycheck. It really hit me this morning, like, I've always talked about it in private. I've always journaled about it, but I'm in a season where I'm just like, nah, I think this conversation needs to be talked about while we're in it and not when we get out of it, because it may help someone else. And once we build community, we all really can start thriving. Don't get me wrong, we all love a good TikTok blow up story from ashes to riches. What about the point when you are tired, you are embarrassed to even admit the fact that you have been robbing Peter just to pay Paul? Some people may be too private to even share this, but for me, I wouldn't be authentic if I did not share this with what I learned so far, and I hope that it adds value to your life and you can go and apply it to what you need to apply it to. Or you can even share it with somebody who may be going through the same thing where y'all talking private and they don't want to address it in front of a whole bunch of people, thousands, millions. The first thing is either you gonna cut back or either you're gonna figure out how to make some more money, period. And honestly, we need to do both. There's no in between. Both of them is the answer. Robbing Peter to pay Paul is a cycle that'll leave you broke. It'll leave you feeling helpless. It'll leave you miserable. That is a vicious cycle that will keep you in the same loop. Okay, we gotta stop that. All right, and this is something that I recently did that I found very helpful. Number 3, you need to retrain your thinking about money. You need to look at how you relate to money. A friend of mine suggested that I learn a skill. I learned the skill, but then I also was able to take away money management, or like my perception of what I considered an asset really changed, right? Needs versus wants, but not even just needs versus want, but even if I wanted something, could I get a return on my money spent? Like, is there a value coming from it, right? If I don't see any value coming from it, then honestly, I probably don't need to spend my money on it. 9 times out of 10, not even a probably, I don't need to spend my money on it. Also, it's understanding why you chase the things that you chase. Most of the times, your purchases and the things that you're spending your money on is all emotional. Even when you decide that you want to go out and have a drink at the bar, it's emotional, okay? When you want to go to the shop, you want to go to the mall, you want to go shop, you want to buy a new dress, you want to buy the new heels, you want to buy something new, it's because you're trying to get a high. When you buy something new, you do feel better. I ain't gonna lie. I'll be feeling like, oh, yes, you scratched the itch. But then after that, you realize, like, fuck, I did not need to buy that. Like, I needed to save that money. I don't care because it was $30. You could save that goddamn $30. Do something else with it. Put it in your savings account. Put it towards the credit card. There's other things you could have did with that $30. I know you're wondering, how do you get out of this? And I Absolutely do not have a one-size-fit-all answer for you or for me. If nothing else sticks in this video, it will be that it's going to take some small intentional habits, little by little. You got in debt over time. You began living paycheck to paycheck pretty much over time, and it just got worse. So that means we're going to have to scale back slowly and start making intentional habits, making intentional small choices to get to where we want to be, honestly. You're not lazy, you're not a failure, you're just in a very tight season, and we just got to figure out how to get the hell up out of it. It's not permanent, and I say it's not permanent because that's only if you're willing to be accountable, have discipline, and do what you need to do to make your life better.
I'm so tired of living paycheck to paycheck. I just waited for the mailman to show up so I could get my paper check in the mail that I've been waiting for weeks. So I could come to the bank and deposit it. But because I have negative money in my account, I'm only going to get like a little bit of it because like I can only access $100 for the first day. So I'm probably going to have like $60 today. I haven't gone grocery shopping in probably a month. We have like no food to eat for dinner except for like mac and cheese and ramen. I have $300 electric bill that's overdue. My phone bill's overdue. I just gave my husband my last paycheck from last week so we could pay the mortgage 2 weeks late. And in 10 days or 11 days, the mortgage for next month is due. So it's like this paycheck isn't even like, why do I even have it? Like they might as well take my paycheck and just send it to all my bills. Like what's the point in me even getting my paycheck? It's like annoying. Like I'm not going to see it anyway. Not only that, but in like 3 weeks, I have to pay for summer camp because school's almost over. So it's like, that's another $700-800 that I have to come up with to pay for summer camp. And if I don't pay for summer camp, guess who can't work because their kid is going to be at home with them? Me. So obviously that's going to be like a major to do. Like I can't not pay summer camp. Not only do I have a personal loan and medical bills up the wazoo, like literally I have like a bill for like $3,000 from the hospital. I have like an $8,000 personal loan that was a consolidation loan from like a bunch of loans that I had. I haven't paid them in like 7 months. I owe them so much money. They call me like twice a day, dude. Like collections calls, fucking, and all I'm doing every day is doing my best. And I literally can't get ahead. Like I can't get ahead. I wake up and I fucking work. And these people are after me for money. And I'm like, dude, I'm literally trying my best. What do you want from me? I have side gigs here and there, like OF. Once in a while, I'll make like $60. But like, that's not really consistent. And like, I'm a painter. Like I have a ladder in the back of my car. I'm a painter, right? So like today, I literally didn't have enough tools to do my job. And I was like, I can't do this right now. Like I don't have the fucking shit that I need for my job. Like I can't even fucking work, dude. Like I'm so stressed. I literally can't. I can't fucking do this anymore.
I was on TikTok, my For You page, a woman popped up and she was like, me and my husband make $150,000 a year. A lot, right? Well, to me, that's a lot. And she's like, we live paycheck to paycheck. And I'm like, wait, in my head, I'm like, we live paycheck to paycheck. You make $150,000. How are you living paycheck to paycheck? And she was just saying like, even if you make more, you still live paycheck to paycheck. And now I'm in my brain like, so we're trying to grind to make all this money, but we're still going to live paycheck to paycheck? Like, that's what she's making me think. And I don't want to believe that's true, but is that technically true? She's like, I have a house, I have 2 cars, I do this and this with my kids, but we still live paycheck to paycheck. And I'm like, is there even a point of trying to grind? Like, is there a point where you're just like catching the money, but you still live paycheck to paycheck? Like, it's like a circle. It would be never ending. And I'm just like, for people that actually make $150,000, do you live paycheck to paycheck? Is that true? Because I don't want to believe it's true.
It's currently June 14, and I don't get paid until June 25th. I have $691 in my bank account and over $1,000 of bills due coming soon. Not to mention, when I get paid June 25th, I will have rent due, but I will already be negative. I know I'm not the only one that goes through stuff like this all the time, but let's go ahead and calculate what I could pay off this upcoming week while still having money for food. I think what I can do with $691 is pay a phone bill it's $80, so we're gonna subtract 80. I have a Speedy Cash loan those cash advance loans that we take out, due this following Monday, it's $300. If I do that, that leaves me with a total of $311. So as of right now, I think that's all I'm gonna worry about paying right now. wait, I'm gonna send $100 to my credit cards. So actually I will have $211, and I think that's enough for food for next week, and then I'll survive and figure out the rest later. Bye.
There was a lady on here complaining that she had to ration her kids' bacon. I wish I could find her, because I really want to tell her that you don't have to buy bacon. You can do a lot with just eggs, bread, milk, and butter. The problem is the prices. I will agree there. There's a lot of things I don't eat anymore because of prices. But the main problem is that you don't know how to be poor, and you don't know how to meal prep or plan your food budget.
So expensive not to be rich, and I was raised very financially privileged. My mom had a good job, my dad stayed home and raised the kids. They didn't have to pay for childcare, like all of that sort of thing. But I am not as financially secure as my parents were, and so I'm living paycheck to paycheck. My payday is today, so of course I'm going through my bank account, making sure that like everything's ready for me to transfer money where it needs to go and pay the bills that I have. And I saw that there was an incorrect charge on my account, which led to an overdraft fee. And so when you don't have the money for simple mistakes like that to be happening, you're just in this endless loop of wasting your time and wasting money, because you're paying for things that you didn't necessarily make a mistake on. And it just is crazy to me that rich people don't have to deal with this, because they don't have to worry about if they have a minimum balance in their checking account. They don't have to worry about an overdraft fee, because that's never going to happen. If a mistake happens, they'll get compensated, they'll get the refund, no sweat off their back. Maybe there is some time wasted having to like process and request a refund to be made, but when you're so tight with your time and tight with your money, anything that goes off of the plan, any deviation from it, throws a wrench in the whole entire system and ecosystem that you've created for yourself or have to deal with for yourself.
Am I the only one who feels like I will never stop living paycheck to paycheck? The economy we live in is trash. The jobs we work for are trash. They pay you the bare minimum, but want you to show up and give your 110%. How does that work? These houses, they want you to pay $1,000+ for rent, and they're 1980 houses. You gotta have a deposit, last month's rent, first month's rent. Like, why do I need to pay last month's rent? I don't understand that. Car insurance, car payments, they're rip-offs. Why am I paying $300 for car insurance? I don't understand. Health insurance, skyrocket. Food, skyrocket. Like, I just don't understand how I will ever be able to afford to wake up and go hop on a plane and enjoy my best life. I just don't understand. By the time my kids get to adulthood, they're gonna have to pay to open the door to walk out of their own house. I really rather be a cockroach crawling on the ground for free than have to live this life every day. Like, I can't be the only one who feels this way. Like, I need to know, y'all that get to wake up and take trips and go across country and do $100 shopping sprees at Target every single day, what are you doing? What's the secret to life? What is the secret recipe that you have that we don't have? Let us know.
60% of Americans live paycheck to paycheck. Yeah, 60%. I used to be one of them, and I'm no longer. Here are my 3 biggest tips on how to stop living paycheck to paycheck. My name's Khalil. I host the Unstuck podcast, and I've dedicated my platform to helping you get unstuck in your finances, career, life, and business. Tip number 1, shift your mindset. Oftentimes when we're living paycheck to paycheck, we are in a mode of survival. This is very natural. It's not shocking, and I get why. I want you to begin being grateful for everything you have, even if it's not everything you want. Gratitude is going to help attract more things into your life that are going to help you not only stop living paycheck to paycheck, but be more joyous. Tip number 2, and the most important one, you need to budget. Don't know how? Don't worry. I created a budget template and budgeting video walkthrough where I literally walk you through how to set up your budget. Creating a budget isn't meant to limit you. It's meant to give you more joy in your spending and relinquish some of the emotional trauma that you're experiencing by living paycheck to paycheck and not understanding your flow of money. So what does that mean? Basically, right now, you're running yourself into more debt by not understanding your flow of money and not understanding where all your money's going. Slowing down and accounting for where every dollar, every hundreds of dollars are going is going to be really important, and it's going to help you do a couple of things. One, it's going to help you establish where your money's going and understand your flow of money. And two, it's going to give you an opportunity to start to build an emergency fund, which this is like tip 2.5. With the money that you will save, whether it's $25, $10, I don't care how little, you're going to be able to put a little bit of extra cash into an emergency fund in case a rainy day comes up, but also just to give yourself a little bit of cushion so you're not always living paycheck to paycheck. This can take some time to build up, but once you have a solid base, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about when you're not worried about your account hitting zero or even in the negative. Increasing your income. Job hopping. If you've been at a job that's not paying you well and it's been that way for years, it's time to start engaging your network. It's time to start looking for something else. The ability to switch jobs is going to actually allow you to leverage that experience so you can actually make more money. This one's a little bit tougher, but a side hustle. Side hustles are great for earning a little bit extra income, but it does require you to work a little more. So if you're someone that just wants one job and you just want to do it that way, job hopping or going to a new job from where you're currently at to increase your income is going to be your best bet. Low income is the root cause of why you're in debt and why you're living paycheck to paycheck. And so I want you to focus on increasing your income. If you want more, I talk about this in numerous episodes in the Unstuck podcast. And I also offer my budgeting guide to get you started. And in that walkthrough, I actually walk you through some of the things that we're talking about now. Let me know in the comments if this helped, and I'll answer some questions below.